Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here. So today I thought we could do a bit of a different video. Let's take a look at the Battlefield 2042 subreddit and see what the community think about Battlefield 2042 so far during the early access. Now, generally speaking, Reddit can be somewhat negative on things. You don't really find many people praising the game or just giving positive feedback in general. A lot of it may be negative, but I think a lot of the issues there will also be ones that need to be raised and hopefully things that DICE are going to look into fixing. So let's take a look and see what the most upvoted topics are. So the top post here with over 9,000 upvotes, bullet deviation, random spread, absolutely satanic hit reg, is this 2013? So this is a concern that somebody's posting here, and you'll see if we watch the video exactly what he's talking about.
We have secured an objective.
So you can see he's aiming right at that guy here with a 3.4 times scope, I believe. Not getting any hit markers at all. And you can even see some of the bullets flying way past him to the left and to the right. He may be firing a little bit fast, you might say. Maybe he's just not waiting for the weapon to recover because it is a DMR. Now, this one here, though, this showcases it even better. And this guy says, this shit again, over 8,000 upvotes on that one. And you can see here clearly where the bullets are spraying. I think he's slowed this one down. I mean, you can see they're going all around the window here. Although I will say he doesn't really look like he's controlling the recoil that well, and we also can't see what weapon he's using. He has some sort of an optic on here, but it could be an LMG with high spread for all we know. However, I'm not saying that it isn't a problem. It definitely is a problem in the game, and I think DICE really need to look into it. It feels like any gunfight over a 30 or 25 meter radius is just terrible to take. In fact, you really don't want to engage players. If they have a sniper and you have an assault rifle, it just isn't even worth it. So this one says, every player skips revive because I can't see where the medics are. Game would be completely different with nearby medics. This needs to be put right, put in ASAP. So I think what this guy is referring to is that you can't really tell who is a medic and who isn't, or even who is on your team when you're dead. At least for me, that's my experience. You know, if I die and I'm lying on the floor, I will be looking around and thinking, are these guys my teammates? Are they enemies? Are they possibly going to revive me? Or do I just let myself die and respawn on the spawn screen? And sometimes I'll notice one of those small red lights on one of the enemy specialists and go, okay, they're enemies, you know, I can just release and go to the spawn screen. But even if they're allies, you really can't tell, you know, who's gonna go and revive you. It's kind of a problem. There needs to be more indication on screen, on the UI, to convey this. And overall, I think most people would agree with me. The UI feels incredibly rushed. It feels like an afterthought. And really, in my eyes, it feels like a placeholder UI that the devs had put in just so that they could like test out the game and play it amongst themselves. It's almost as if they didn't get round to finishing the UI for the game. So this one says the amount of loading screens and cutscenes before and after a match is insane. These are all the different steps you have to go through for playing one match. Now this is a bit nitpicky. Obviously this doesn't really impact gameplay or anything, so for me it's not that big of a deal, but I do agree with him. So the first one is just the countdown for matchmaking, then you get the matchmaking screen itself, then you get this sort of placeholder screen for a second, then you get the loading screen for the map that you're going to be playing. Then you get this selection, or not selection, but display of the 4 specialists in your squad. Then you see the map. Then you see all the spawn points and you choose where you want to spawn. And then you have all of the insertion stuff, the cutscene playout, and the little extraction from the helo or the condor or whatever it is. And then here you've got the end of round stuff, so it shows the score of the teams, the tickets and whatnot. Then it shows who got the most kills, who got the most revives and all that sort of thing, highlights some players. And then you've got your final position where your squad ended in your team. Then you've got like your ribbons that you acquired and whatnot, how much experience you're getting, ribbons. And then finally you get another loading screen to go back to the main menu. So I agree, it's a little bit convoluted and long. This one says this game is still in beta. Okay, I see the problem here. He's discovered an invisible wall here between these two power lines. So this is a problem that is in every Battlefield game that I've played. Yeah, wow, that's a pretty big invisible wall right there, though. In Battlefield 4, there are still invisible walls around trees. You know, if you're flying around in a scout heli and trying to shoot enemies, you'll discover a fair few of those. So I can't say I'm surprised that there is an invisible wall in 2042, but of course, that's something that should not be there. This one here is kind of mocking the fact that they've had 3 years to create the game and 4 studios working on it. So let's have a look at this one. So it says, cutting life support early for Battlefield 5 to work on 2042. 4 studios announced, 3 years in the making. We are ahead in development. That good old meme. Teasers and cinematics up the wazoo. And then it says, it's just beta here, guys. We're playing an old build. You know, don't worry. They've delayed it 1 month. They got this. Surely it will not be poorly optimized at launch. You'll see just a couple of bugs. It's beta after all. And then here are all the issues that people are having. So UI and menu interface design for phones. Can't search servers via ping. No voice chat. 1 week early access. 1 week. And, you know, obviously been having connection problems. No working DLSS. Which is actually true. DLSS is supposed to improve your frame rate, and for me at least, it decreases it. Poor performance, and the list goes on. I'm not going to read all of that, but I got to say, I do agree with most of it. It's been a funny prank dice. Now let us play the real build and show them. You had your fun trolling us. Now let us play the awesome build you delayed a month for. Thank you. Obviously making fun of the fact that a delay doesn't seem to have helped at all. This one says, any gunfight past 25 meters. Yep, I can relate. Okay, that's good. Whoever made that is good. Here's another one related to the spread. When you have an enemy perfectly lined up in your crosshair, but they're more than 25 meters away. So a lot of people unhappy with the spread. This one, the hovercrafts. Oh my god, I'm sorry. So this doesn't really directly relate to the video, but you'll see that basically this guy here just catapults this Jeep in front of a friendly tank. The hovercraft flips over, gets hit by an LAV, and it still survives. And this really just shows actually how robust the hovercrafts are in this game. I don't know if anybody else has the same experience that I do, but my pet peeve when it comes to vehicles, it's not the enemy attack heli strafing me, it's not the Nightbird, it's the bloody hovercrafts. There's just, you know, you got somebody whizzing around on every map in one of those things with a gunner on the back, and it just feels like they never go down. I think they take like 3 RPG shots. I've been in an attack heli with a gunner on comms trying to take down one of these things, and even though we focus fire it, it just does not want to go down. I don't know what they made these things out of in the year 2042, but it must be some kind of titanium alloy that is just indestructible. And here we go, actually a positive one here. When this game works, it's really something else. And I do have to agree, for all the gripes that people have with the game, as much as I agree with them, I am enjoying the game. I do like the setting, and I think, you know, behind all the problems, there could be a really, really good game here. I would say that I'm enjoying 60 to 70% of it at the moment. A lot of people have been asking me in the past couple of live streams that I did, you know, Ghost, is it a good game? Are you enjoying it? What would you give it out of 10? And I think the most important thing when it comes to questions like that is, are you having fun with the game? And for me, it's a resounding yes, I am having a good time. Are there things that need fixing? Oh yes, a ton of things need fixing, a ton of things need looking into, and there are parts of the game that I'm not happy with, but on the whole, you know, I am having a good time, and I really hope that when the game releases for everybody and we get that day 1 patch, it's going to solve a lot of these issues. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. It's something like a little bit different. I don't really do this kind of stuff normally, but going on Reddit can give you a good indication of what the community feel about a certain topic, and in this case, Battlefield 2042. So I thought that would be cool to just check that out with you guys. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. What are your experiences with early access? Are you even in early access? And if not, are you planning to purchase the game based on what you've seen of it so far, or are you going to wait a little bit and see if we get a good day 1 patch and if most of these issues actually get resolved? Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good Sunday, and I'll see you guys in the next one.